Hello and good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday, May the 3rd. We are kicking off a new month. Gonna see if I can focus my camera a little bit. Looks like, oh, there we go. Looks like it's okay. I know sometimes the grids the grids here on my paper make things go a little bit wonky, so maybe, oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. Let's see if that fixes things a little bit. Good evening, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to join in, maybe we can talk a little bit about what's going on outside. It is gray, it is rainy, and they say April showers bring May flowers. Well, maybe May showers bring May flowers. So why don't, just as we're getting started, you type in the comments, what is your favorite spring flower? I know I absolutely love my tulips. I haven't grown any tulips for quite some time, but I do love the look of tulips, especially some of those beautiful ones that you can get that are multiple colors and different kind of looks. I also really like my lily of the valley. It is growing like crazy in my front garden, and
Not for long.
that is not for long because we are going to get some work done in our front area. But it just smells so lovely, and of course, my lilacs as well. I see I've got some fellow tulip lovers here in the comments. Kim likes pansies. Hello, everyone. As you're tuning in, tulips for sure. That is awesome.
Lilacs.
Oh, lilacs. Yep. I love walking up my front walkway and just smelling the lilacs, and you could just sit outside for hours and just smell all that nature has to offer. Well, we've got lots of eyeballs on now, so let's get rocking and rolling. And welcome to another edition of What's New. We are kicking things off for May, and Matt has been working his little fingers to the bone to unbox and receive all kinds of stuff for you. And we also have two new class announcements for tonight. And so I'll get to those in just a little bit. They are not in the system yet. I have to put some finishing touches on the listing. But by the time the newsletter goes out tomorrow, then you will have all the details on those classes and you'll have seen a sneak peek. So let's jump in. And I'm going to jump in. Let me just remind you where to find us.
Oh, I think they know where to find us.
Think you know where to find us. That's where we are. Hopefully that'll help the camera focus as well. And I'm going to jump right in with our friend Tim. Mr. Tim has some new stencils and some new stamps. Now he also has some paints and a new storage tin. We haven't quite got our hot little hands on that one yet, but if you are looking for those particular items, just email us. Email us, customer service at craftersworkshop.ca, and we will put you on the wait list for when that comes in. Let's start with the stamps. So very, very Tim in focus, in style. These are red rubber stamps, so you do get lots of great detail and etching. The red rubber really holds detail, and some of these are absolutely stunning. I know we're down to, I think we only have one or two of this guy left. This one is called the Inspector, so his steampunky kind of dude here. I kind of like the font. Now,
Yeah, they fussy cut it out.
it is a fussy cut font, so I think it's meant to be more of a background because this is all one piece. And I see there's duplicate letters and all that kind of stuff. So just treat that like a background instead of an actual alphabet. Floral trims here is really quite beautiful. This would be great for watercoloring or doing some distressing with. This one is cool. This one is, again, all kinds of sentiments. These ones are all little individual stamps, so you would just pop them out of that rubber background to put onto your acrylic block. and some cute little, I guess cute really isn't a Tim word. Let's call them punky, steampunky little shapes, circles, and squares to put those sentiments in and keep them encapsulated. And then to go along with that, I know Chris had her eye on this one, creative blocks. And once again, these are individual stamps. I don't know if you can see them separating there as I bend it, but Chris had a really great idea about leaving this in the background and stamping it all at once with your MISTI or stamping platform, just to create a really fun kind of background. And then you could make, little grids in any way or way, shape, or form that you think would work. Now, Matt, maybe.
Lilacs seems to be the winner in terms of.
Lilacs are the winners for flowers?
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Okay.
Chris, it's on our wish list.
It's on your wish list. Yeah. So these are all new stamps.
You
From-
didn't show those two big ones, did you?
I'm sorry?
You didn't show the big ones, the big rectangles.
The stencils? I haven't shown any stencils.
Stamp.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. That one? I didn't see it.
This one is called Tiny Prints. It's little flowers. Great for background. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new stamps from Tim. And then we have some stencils. So this one is called, do they have names? Yeah, this one is called Brush Arch. This one is called Brush Mark, because it looks like the little paintbrush has made marks on it. And this one is called Brush Hex. So it's kind of a funky, irregular hexagon honeycomb. Now these are the large size ones, and then he also always comes out with a smaller size. This one is a 3-pack of all 3 sizes, or all 3 patterns. So if you don't mind the smaller size, you definitely get all 3 here with the mini ones, but the big ones are really quite big and useful as well. And you know what? You could use those stencil butter techniques that Jamie showed us last night. Those would be really fun with those as well.
You keep pulling it off and on, teasing people. Anyway, keep going.
And then there is also this is a set. So it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 little tiny mini ones. These are called element stencils. And let me just bring it up close. So lots of great little elemental images, shapes, great for backgrounds, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we've got here from Mr. Tim Holtz himself. Lots of steampunk, some great new stuff from him. While we're on stamps, so I've got a couple little odds and ends, and then we'll get into some not so odds and ends. Still odd, but maybe not ends. Here is a brand new to us stamp set from Pinkfresh. This one is called Wonderful Sentiments. And I think the font is absolutely beautiful. It's very crisp and clean, but still has a bit of flair. There is a coordinating die set to go with it. And there is a hot foil set to go with it as well. We just forgot to bring it. Did not go into our What's New bin. So just imagine that it looks like this stamp set, but in a hot foil plate. So that is new from Pinkfresh. We've got some new blocks. So our friends at Prism Studio have come out with 3 sets of blocks, or not sets, 3 individual blocks. This one is a 4x6, this is a 3x4, and this is a 2x3. I know Chris was really excited about the big ones because it'll go with the Simon Hurley stamping foam. So if you are playing with some bigger images and playing with that stamping foam, you might want to add a bigger block to your stash. And these are really nice because they do have that grid pattern on the surface. So you can use that. Here, let me move these out of the way so we can see this clearly. You've got the grids that you can line up if you have sentiment stamps or anything that you want to keep nice and straight. And they have a beautiful beveled edge. So they're really great for holding onto and for stamping. I'm not going to lie, I still am a block lover. I tend to pull out my blocks more often than I pull out my stamping platform. So having a really nice, comfortable set of blocks and a good selection of sizes is always always useful. Matt, you're going to have to let me know if there are questions. My iPad keeps freezing, so I'm not seeing a lot of the things that are coming through.
Not very many comments right now.
All right, so, okay, here's the next question. Question for the comments. Question for the comments. Do you prefer a stamping block? Do you prefer your Misty? And if you prefer stamping block, do you like round ones or do you like square/rectangular ones? Those are your next set of questions for the comments. All right, these are going to go over here. And
Wow, Jan's back. Oh, so is Linda. So far, Misty's winning.
oh, so far you got Misty's.
Misty. Oh, stamping blocks. Stamping platform is winning like all of it.
Well, there you go. Everyone's saying Misty hands down. Maybe I am in the minority, but that is okay.
Yeah, no, nobody likes the blocks.
So, well, hopefully you like the new blocks. Maybe it's because you just don't have the right blocks in your stash. So maybe you need to try some of those new Prism Studio blocks.
Yeah, no. See, nobody's
picking up what I'm putting down. That's okay. That's okay. As long as you're stamping, I think that's really the key thing. So next up here on the What's New desk,
Marie Walters.
Marie Walters is a block person.
She's a block person. The first one.
Welcome to my block there, Marie. We are block people together.
We got to meet her for the first time at Scrapfest.
That we got to meet Marie at Scrapfest. That is awesome. I think we've got some goodies in a Build-A-Box for her as well. All right, next up on the What's New desk pad is Copic fine liners. And this is also to remind me to let you know that we have just done a big restock on Copic markers. So if you have been looking for certain colors of Copic markers, go and check out our selection on the website. Refills, I am still in the process of restocking. So if you have any special order requests, whether it is for markers, whether it is for refills, what you're going to do is you are going to email me at customerservice@craftersworkshop.ca and let me know what you'd like me to bring in for you. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with some of our popular ones that we are out of stock on, and we will get you guys refilled and coloring in no time. But in addition to that restock, we did restock on our fine liners. These are a pigment ink, which are great for touching up stamped images or using to doodle your own images to color. We have 3 sets. We have the black, we have the sepia, and black is actually 2 sets. There's a multi-liner set A, which has super fine ones, so 0.03, 0.05, 0.1, and 0.3. I don't know if you can see that super close.
It was fine before.
Okay. And then set B are a little bit thicker, so we've got 0.5, 0.8, BS, which means brush stroke, and BM. I'm not sure what that means.
I know what it means.
That's not what it means.
Okay.
It's not what it means when it's referring to markers.
Okay, well,
so let's.
Sheila likes using her blocks as well. She does not like
excellent. So BM is brush M. So it is a wider brush tip. So maybe brush medium. And BS is brush S. So yes, you can see that that was much finer.
Broad mark. See, Linda and Jan think I'm funny. So
well, I will tell you guys, he is funny. He is very funny looking. But we love him. And we thank him for all of the great products that we are showing tonight. So while I'm putting these back together, Matt's calling me a suck up, but let me tell you the most awesome suck up move that happened in our house tonight. Charlie was prepping for his band practice tonight, and he figured out how to print multiple sheets of music onto one sheet of paper, and he just thought he was awesome. He even said, "I'm really awesome. I figured this out." And then he came to me and said, "Mom, I must have gotten my awesomeness from you. Can I please borrow your paper trimmer?" So, you know, we've got suck-ups happening all over the house in here. All right, next up, still kind of in the steampunky vintage realm, we have some brand new goodies from Elizabeth Craft. This is the Esther release. Does Esther do the, you know what, there are so many different designers that Els has in her um, stable of amazing talent. I can't keep them all straight, but these are craft lines. So we have two stamp sets. We have this first one here that is called
On the front, top.
Craft Studio number 1. Simple. It's got this piece here, which looks like a sewing pattern. It's got some great labels. It's got some great textures, some little borders. This little guy down here that has the bobbin of thread. So this is Craft Studio 1. And then we have Craft Studio 2, no surprise there, but with some great kind of journaling cards and blocks. You've got some great lines here that you could do your own journaling. Craftaholic plural, craftaholics, a person who is very fond of crafting. Well, if that is the definition of a craftaholic, I think we are all craftaholics here on the live. So Margaret says, yes, these are from Esther. There is a piece missing from the Esther release, and that is the Reminiscence Book 6. And I know many of you are super excited. I got to see it live in person at the trade show in Ohio, but unfortunately the actual inventory is still on the boat on its way over here to North America, so we have not been able to order it yet. If you are interested in Reminiscence Book 6, then you know what to do. You're going to email us to get on the wish list. All right, so two stamp sets.
If they haven't already.
If you haven't already, if you've already told us, then you don't need to email us again. It's all good. And then there are a series of dies. Let me pull them out in order. So there are 3 Sidekick dies. These are for the Sidekick planner, which is the smaller planner that Elizabeth Craft uses. But if you've been in any of Darlene's mini album club classes, you know that she has shown you ways that you can use these in your big planner as well. Let me get this in order here. So this is Sidekick Essentials number 26, yarn card with scissors. So this is a bobbin type shape that you can use to wrap yarn or twine. There's a smaller one here, lots of scissors, and then scissors decorating down the side of the page. I keep thinking it's a dog bone, but it is not. It is a sewing bobbin that you can use to wrap all your media, your ribbon, wool, any of those textiles that you might be using in your crafting. Then we have number 27, which is the toolbox. And this has some really, really fun stuff.
Not very good.
Let's flip it over here. Hammers and nails and wrenches. Oh my, a cute little toolbox itself. And then the page has these little rivets down the side. And then last but not least, this one is called File Folder Page. So this one is fun because it's got little slits that you can tuck things into. This is a little wraparound piece. We've got some little tags. We've got the dice, which are really cute,
I like those.
and cute little paper clip as well. So lots of versatile pieces in here. So that is 26, 27, and 28. And to go along with it, there are 2 additional accessories. So this one is called the Mannequins for obvious reasons. And I've seen some really fun creations on some of the designers' Facebook page and social media. There's this whole textured piece, and I don't think this is what it's meant for. And the holes might be a little bit big, but I know that Darlene is excited to try doing some stitching, do a nice stitched pattern all the way down this piece. So that would be cool. Shocker that Darlene would want to do stitching. And then we have number reinforcers. So we've got 0 through 12. So if you wanted to use this for months, or if you wanted just to use it as tags for top 10 lists, so on and so forth, these are the little pieces that go in the tag in order to punch holes if you wanted to use them right on a page. Now here's the kicker. They have discovered that there is a design flaw. This one here should be angled the other way. They've given us 2 rights instead of a right and a left. Unfortunately, there's just nothing that can be done about it to replace these, but all it really means is that you have to cut your tag out first and then cut your holes second, because then you can move that piece back and forth and it is still completely usable. Or get out your hole punch and get creative. Lots of different opportunities to play with this and make it work for your needs. So that is the new Esther line from Elizabeth Craft, Reminiscence 6th book in transit to North America and still on its way.
Before you start something new,
Yep.
Inez asked a question on YouTube.
Okay.
She asked, are we doing anything for National Scrapbook Day?
So Inez is asking about National Scrapbooking Day. Inez, I want you to hold tight. We are not going to be announcing anything tonight, but in our newsletter tomorrow, we will announce what's happening and when it's happening. It may even start a little bit before National Scrapbooking Day. And because we think National Scrapbooking Day should actually be a whole weekend, there just might be something there that goes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure you are signed up. That is a tease, absolutely. So make sure you are signed up for our newsletter. If you are not, what you're going to do is you're going to go to our webpage right here, papercraftersworkshop.ca, and in the top green bar, there should be a little envelope that says newsletter. Make sure you click on that and you can sign up for our newsletter, or email me tonight and I can send you the link. You know what? I will even post it here on the Facebook page once we're done this live, and I will post it in the inner circle as well. If you are not on our newsletter list, then you need to get on that newsletter list before tomorrow. And you know what? To be totally honest, it may be noon before the newsletter gets out tomorrow. There's lots of stuff going on. I got to get these classes finished setting up and so on and so forth. Plus this special news. And Matt's laughing over here. I can't see comments, so.
Sheila says I should tickle you until you tell them about it.
No, can't tell you tonight because there's details that we still need to get set up. So you'll have to wait till the newsletter tomorrow. Okay. To make up for that tease and that ability or lack of ability to give you all the details, I'm going to show you some new All and Create. The girls just squealed, absolutely squealed when these got taken out of the box. Darlene had to make sure she got her stash before she went on vacation.
She special ordered them before I knew they existed.
Darlene is all over with help from Marcy and Chris to make sure that we are getting lots of All and Create in the store. So what I'm going to show you first are all stamps. So there is this one that is called Artidextrous. Some great backgrounds. We have Art Typewriter. We have Splat Create. I think you can tell why, because there's lots of splats in the background, and you could probably make lots more splats as well. Though I would argue this one is called Create Cursive, and Matt's just mimicking. So when we were at the trade show and he did his make and take, he did a pretty aggressive stamping image, and this is reminiscent of that. We have Inking Gears.
I wonder which platform they fit on.
The small ones would fit on the 3x4. The large ones here would fit on the 4x6. Okay, Matt's getting unruly again, guys. I'm going to have to start banning him from what's new. So this one is called Inking Gears. Got lots of brushes and pencils and pens and all kinds of pre-made splatter that you can add to. We have Artist Kit. And we have Morphed Palette. So look here, it was a beautiful butterfly with the pen as the body. And we've got pens and brushes over here. Oops, sorry, with the florals and a beautiful artist palette here. So these are some brand new stamps from All and Create. And maybe I will go back to talking about National Scrapbooking Day for a second. Yeah, if you haven't picked it up already, there is going to be a sale. But new releases from April and May are going to be excluded from that sale. So if you see something you like tonight, don't let that hold you up from ordering tonight. Some of these do have limited quantities, so you're going to want to get them right away, and don't worry about the fact that you might miss something on the weekend. There'll be lots of things to get with the deals on the weekend. So if you see something new, get it now. Get it now. If that's a not so subtle enabler alert. All right. Also from All in Create, we have some ephemera packs. So these are really cool. They are die cut papers in various patterns, various colors, all die cut for you, so you don't have to do any fussy cutting at all. But what's really cool about these is that we have, for example, 10 and 11. 10 is white, so you can color it, paint it, do whatever you want to it. You can make it your own colors or leave them as black and white. And 11 is exactly the same except for colored. Same thing with 12 and 13. We've got some really funky circular images, and one is black and white and one is colored. So that is what we have from All and Create. All of our steampunky people, so far we've got a bit of a theme here between Tim and Els and All and Create. We've got some great, I don't want to call them vintage, but steampunky, grunge, all of that good kind of mixed media inspired goodies. Even if you're not a messy person like me,
Non-cutesy.
non-cutesy is what Matt is saying. He's right. This has not been cute, but doesn't mean it's any less fun to work with.
And that says thank you for telling them that the new releases will be excluded.
Okay. You're very welcome, Inez. I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want anybody to feel like they're missing out. I don't want to feel like you're holding back. There will be lots of deals to be had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Details to come in the newsletter tomorrow. But if you see new stuff tonight, anything you saw over the last couple of weeks in what's new, those will all be excluded. So go ahead and scoop them now before they're gone. All right, while we're in mixed media land, I'm going to quickly show you these mineral micas. Chris, I know you were looking at them the other day, and we'll talk a little bit more because I think this would be a fantastic learning live for Chris to tackle. These are, for lack of a better surprise, Chris. I know you're watching, but I'm sure you will be all over this one. So these are powders, but they're not fine powders. They are chunky powders. I think this one is our best one to look at. This one is called Cecilia Gold. These are nice, big, chunky mica powders, and they are designed to be mixed in with your texture pastes.
Chris says she's in.
Chris is already in. That's awesome. Texture paste. I'm not the expert. Chris will explore all the things. So whether it's gesso, whether it's texture paste, whether it's grit paste, what you do with all this kind of stuff, that is the challenge that Chris is now embarking on. But if you know what to do with these, then we've got 4 colors. So this was Cecilia Gold. This is Gran Perla, kind of a silvery. And there are other colors in the series. We thought we would just start with 4 and see what they're like. Bianco Silver. So a little bit more gray than this first one was. And then we have Black Pearl, which is even darker, kind of a pewtery kind of look. So I think they're going to be lots of fun. I'm really eager to see what Chris does with these. And if you pick these up and you start playing with them, please share with us because we love to see what you guys do. Experiment and play. Okay, I think I'm going to take a break and we're going to talk about classes. So Matt, get ready. We're going to start with Chris's class.
Is that the one I have a picture of?
That's the PDF one that you have there. So we have a brand new class from Chris that will be, yep, you can put it up. That will be available to register for tomorrow once I get the final details in the system. This is called a floral keepsake frame. Now, when I first saw it, I thought I was going to have to go and source some frames and do all kinds of funky stuff to get this into a great little kit. But Chris has gone a step further, and she is going to teach you how to build the frame from paper. So that frame that you see in the picture there is black cardstock. It measures down, I think, to approximately an 8x8 size when it is finished. And Chris is going to go through how you can use different papers like wood grain if you want to create a wood grain frame. She's going to give you tips and tricks on how to resize it so you can make it any size you want. 8x8 or smaller because you're using a 12x12 piece of paper to fold it down. And then she's going to show you some great little tips and tricks about creating the inner portion, the piece that you display, the floral keepsake part of this frame. And she's got some great ideas on how you can display trinkets, small photos, and other great little keepsakes. Even like this one would be great if you had scraps of your favorite paper that maybe didn't make it onto a project, but you don't want to get rid of. You want to see it. So this is a fantastic class. It's going to be super affordable. The class is on Thursday, May the 25th. And Matt just it's on the screen there as well. Thursday, May 25th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. If you cannot attend live, absolutely no worries because you will get the replay for that as well. So like I said, that'll come out in the newsletter tomorrow. And then I know I am a little bit behind in this, but we have set up our next Christmas card class, our May Christmas card class, designed by yours truly. This is I'm calling it the Cozy Winter Easel Card class. So easel cards, I'm just trying to find the one I want to start with here. Easel cards are great little cards that start flat, but they fold up to make a three-dimensional display.
Cool.
So we're going to be using Graphic 45. Now I can't remember.
I think it's Let's Get Cozy.
Let's Get Cozy. Thank you. Oh, because it's right here. Yeah, Let's Get Cozy paper line. It was a winter line from last year, but I thought it would be wonderful for Christmas cards, or maybe you have friends that you want to send things to that don't necessarily celebrate Christmas. This is a great way to still include them in the season. So there's 5 different cards that we'll be making, and each one of them has a slightly different format of the easel card. So this one just sits like this. Then the next one is the reverse. So this one actually stands like this. And it's kind of hard when I've got the camera coming down from the top, but it is a kind of bottom fold versus a top fold. Oops, and it fell over.
What are you, an engineer?
Matt's asking if I'm an engineer. No, I just know how to find and follow instructions on Pinterest and adapt them for my needs. This one here is a diagonal fold. So it turns things on its corner. And again, using that beautiful Graphic 45 paper. This one is called a bay window easel card. So it pops up like this, tucks under, and has that bay window. Matt hasn't seen these yet, so he's actually pretty impressed over here. So that's card number 4. And then the grand finale, if you will, is a triple. So this one folds up like this. This one folds up like this, and this one folds up like this.
Seriously?
So it is a triple easel card here. And you know what, there are lots of other easel card formats out there, but we're gonna, you know, in creating these, we will also talk about what makes an easel card and how you, again, can adapt these to your needs, to your sizes and your formats, depending on your paper. So once again, this class is on Sunday, May 28th. We've been doing all of our Christmas card classes on Sundays at 1 p.m. and it will be open for registration starting tomorrow. The kits likely for both of these classes, I think Chris is aiming to have her kits ready for Friday. Mine will not be ready until Tuesday of next week because I do need the weekend to finish prepping for this. But it's going to be lots of fun, beautiful paper, a completely different look than what we've done in past Christmas card classes. And if you've done all of our Christmas card classes, just count up and think about how many cards you already have ready for Christmas of 2023. All right. Now we're going to dig into paper. We've got some brand new paper lines in the shop.
Who's ready for paper?
Who is ready for paper? We're going to just give you guys a second. The first one here, so the first two lines I'm going to share with you is from 3/4 Designs out of New Zealand. We had a lovely, lovely session with them in Ohio, both in terms of our association meetings that we had, as well as in their booth. So this one is definitely staying home with me. It is called Umbrella Weather. It has gorgeous teals and greens, which I don't think are translating on the camera, but just absolutely stunning.
They are very passionate about their stuff, those ladies.
The ladies are very passionate.
Yeah.
We are all very passionate about our
The
crafting.
3/4 ladies.
Oh, the 3/4 ladies, yes. They are hardcore crafters themselves. The mom is kind of the mastermind. The daughter is the designer, and they just do some absolutely stunning work. So we're talking about Umbrella Weather here. We've got these pages here too. They are called die cut pages, but I can't remember. Some of their kits are pre-cut. Some of them are fussy cut.
It's a mixture in
It is a mixture in here. You've got your 6 pages of pieces of paper, pattern paper. They are single-sided, so don't be surprised when you open them up. The ladies were very passionate about it being single-sided because then that way you don't have to choose. There are some, I'm going to call them quarter panels down here, and also some great little chipboard pieces in this particular kit. Gorgeous greens and blues and purples. Really great, beautiful collection. It might be one of those ones that you'd be afraid to use, but I challenge you. Dig in, cut that paper up. And then next, for manly layouts and projects for outdoor and camping, we have Wilderness Adventure. This one has 10 12 by 12 papers. They also do use the, I'm going to call them the cover sheets. If you flip them over, those do have patterns on the back as well. We've got some embellishment sheets, and we've got some great little cut aparts here at the bottom. Beautiful, rich. They've got rusts and blues and browns. So again, very, very awesome for Father's Day coming up, manly birthdays,
just outdoorsy.
Outdoorsy stuff, camping, but it's got that vintage flair to it. So they're really fun.
Margaret Cosgrave is bragging to everybody that she already got.
Margaret's already got them. She picked them up today, and there was no questioning. She's like, I could choose between one of them, but why? But why? We have this new pack-in. It's called an ephemera fussy cutting pack, or fussy cussing in some worlds. But fussy cutting, this one will be super easy. They are sentiments. And so you could just cut them out as squares. And we've got things like rise above, stay true to the hustle, dream big, work hard. We've got some book pages. We've got, and they're all different colors. So there are 12, I'm going to call them 5.5 by 8-inch sheets. Lots of quotes, letters, cutting items, and so much fun. Sorry, I'm off the camera there. So this is called Words Galore. So again, give these a try. Let us know what you think, and we will get more. We will get other themes and all the other goodies that come with this kind of thing. And then let me show you this sweet little guy.
Oh, Chris loved this one.
Chris loves this one. I know she's all over it. Again, it is a fussy cussing pad, but
Cutting.
Easy cutting.
Buzz, fussy cutting.
Yeah, Matt's correcting me here because they're all tickets. All tickets. So nice square edges, easy to cut. Great little embellishments, fabulous size. So this pad itself is probably about a 2.5 by 3.5. Does it say? It doesn't say.
It's tiny.
But it's a really great size, great value. And I want to say it's under $3 for this whole little pad.
It's under $2.50.
Matt says it's under $2.50. So great steal. Great steal, even though it's not going to be part of the sale on the weekend. You're going to want to get these because they're going to be super fun. So that is new from 3/4 Designs.
Oh, you're getting
Sorry.
a lot of hearts and
Lots of hearts, lots of thumbs up. That makes my heart go pitter patter. And we are going to round things off with new stuff from Simple Stories. Brand new stuff from Simple Stories. If you are back in the swing of travel, we have Here and There. Now, the first two lines I'm going to share with you, we only have select items. We did not bring in the entire line, but there's lots of goodies still to choose from. Excuse me. So here and there is a great travel. It's got some boarding, arrivals board type paper. We've got clouds. We've got maps, and then we're accented by flowers, patterns, and more. Let's flip it over and see some of the stickers, the tickets, the luggage, the car, and of course the word stickers. We have the 6x8 pad, we have the foam stickers, and we have the sticker book. Lots of great stickers here and there from Simple Stories. Better not bury that one because I'll come back to it. If we think that things are gray outside, then Retro Summer is going to give you all the color that you need and then some. Lots of bright yellows and pinks and oranges, very summery, very retro. Like check out some of these patterns here. The marquee board, the swimming pool, ice cold soda, ice cream truck. Nothing says summer like an ice cream truck. And some great little word stickers. With this one, we got the chipboard frames because I just couldn't resist the swimming pool frame. It was just way too cute. The radio, the ice cream, and the sun. Super fun. We have sticker book. We have the 6x8 pad. I wish they wouldn't put their stickers. Popsicles and ice cream and all those good things. Great big sunglasses in the journal bits. We have retro sign bits. So these are really fun. Who feels like a popsicle now, hey? And we have our bits and pieces. Lots of great retro shapes and images. Just lots of fun. And
now we want an ice cream cone.
Now Matt wants an ice cream cone. Luckily, we have some in the freezer, so we will start to wrap it up here, and then he can have ice cream, for all of his jokes and funny bits, and as a thank you for receiving all these goodies. Last but not least, absolutely not least, is the line that we brought in, all the things. So, and let me make some space here. Bloop. And let me introduce you to the one that I keep getting the name wrong. This is Simple Vintage Berry Fields. I keep going to Strawberry Fields, channeling my inner John Lennon, Strawberry Fields forever. But this is Berry Fields, Simple Vintage from Simple Stories. I'll get to let's grab the 12x12 here and pull it all out. So this gives you the flavor, so deep reds, great yellows, a blue rooster that some of us can't really figure out why he's there, but the blue looks stunning with this particular paper line. I'm going to quickly give a little flip. Look at these papers. I love the red. I'm absolutely in love with the red. The quilted page here. The collage paper. There's that blue rooster again.
Words are not your friends.
Words are failing me. The red stripe. Great little strawberries here with the Strawberry Festival. I'm not sure if it's on again this year in Markham or in Stouffville. That would be fun for this. I love the red butterfly on the Viewmaster. Wood grain and more. And once again, there's the sticker sheet. So we do have collections. We do have single sheets. We do have solids, or what they call basics. So they're not really solid. They do have kind of that grid line distress kind of look to it. We have bits and pieces. We have layered bits and pieces, which makes them look like they're all little layered pieces with doilies and Viewmasters and fun stuff. We have the chipboard clusters, the page pieces for the title. We have enamel dots. We have layered chipboard. We have flat chipboard. There's no blue rooster on this. I think this is probably my favorite piece. We have the little bee. Love the strawberries, love all the butterflies. Ephemera. So great big pieces for layers and textures. Sticker book, I said the 6x8. We've got the decorative brads. We've got the awesome foam stickers. I love the foam stickers because they're nice and sturdy, but give you some dimension. And last but not least,
One more.
there is
Oh,
full page rub-ons. So this is a full 6x8 piece. There's 2 in the pack, but these would be absolutely great for cover pages, for backgrounds. If you didn't want to use all at once, you could absolutely cut them into segments. Dare I say, you might even, if you keep all of the backing pieces together, you might even be able to die cut them. Haven't tried it. Please don't quote me on that, but that would kind of be fun to try. So these are all the new simple vintage berry fields. Not strawberry fields forever, but it might as well be. Channel your inner John Lennon. And there is also a card kit. The kits have been created. We have not had the opportunity yet to create the samples. I hope to get that done this weekend as well. And we'll make sure that Carol posts those in our social feeds. Because if you want to make some really great, fun summer cards, this is the kit to get. You do get full printed instructions, which tells you how to cut all your papers. You get all of the supplies. And look at these beautiful cards. Absolutely stunning. Now, one hint I'm going to give you. On the Simple Stories card kits. Let me cough first. Excuse me. They like to use 12 by 12 paper as card bases. So all of these pieces here that are cut 8.5 by 5.5, those are for your card bases. My recommendation is cut them in half. So where's my pencil? Instead of doing 8.5, do 4.25 by 5.5. And that way you can get 2 cards out of each piece. All you'll need to add is actual card bases to put that on the front. Not only will it help your paper stretch and last even longer, because you will have lots of leftovers with this kit as well. It also makes it a little bit more sturdy. I love the Color Vibe pattern papers, solid papers from Simple Stories, but they are not necessarily the strongest for your card bases. So once again, my recommendation is all of these ones that say 8.5 by 5.5, cut them in half, you get twice as many, and you have a sturdier card base that you can just pull from your stash. Whew, so that is that, folks. That is what's new Wednesday for Wednesday, May 3rd. We will see you again next week. Alexis is up for sure this week on Tuesday for Learning Live. And then I'll be back next Wednesday. Wasn't last night's Learning Live with Jamie from TCW awesome? Learned lots of stuff, and I know you're going to learn lots of stuff from Alexis next week as well. Stay tuned. Check your inbox. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter if you are not already, so that you can get the news about our NSD extravaganza. And hey, if you don't get that, then just go right to the website, because we'll make sure that we put a banner on the website. We will advertise here on Facebook as well. But if you want to be the first to be in the know, then make sure you get our newsletter in your inbox tomorrow. All right, folks, signing off from Funny Matt and me. Have a great evening, and we will see you next week. Happy National Scrapbooking Weekend. Good night.